adopted by the NASA space program as an alarm clock. In Apollo 10 and Apollo 11, the ground control did not say, come on guys, let's get up, it's time to get going. They simply started playing this song softly, and then they monitored their heart. And when their heartbeat came up to normal, they knew they were awake. Isn't that neat? Just neat. It also was played at Neil Armstrong's memorial service. I think he died 2012, something like that. It definitely was Fly Me to the Moon. Another standby of Sinatra's is this next one. It was written by Cy Coleman in the late 1950s. Frank Sinatra. Yeah, best is yet. Beautiful song, isn't it? There's a song named Moonlight Serenade. Moonlight Serenade. It was created in the late 1930s. It was definitely popular all through the 40s by an orchestra leader called Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller, and that was his form. Okay, skip to the 1960s. Early 1960s, John Denver. When he first started out, like so many artists, they're scrambling to get more songs of their own. They don't want to always play other people's songs. And he was one of them. When they don't have enough songs for a 2-hour concert, many times they join another group and they play together. In this particular case, he was with a group which was a duo called Bill and Taffy Danoff. They made their living by writing songs for other artists, and those songs became famous, and that's what they were giving at their concert. They did have one of their own that made it. A little-known song I do remember, it was called Afternoon Delights, and that was their song. But they were at their rehearsal for that night's concert, and Bill came over to John and said, you know, Taffy and I just finished a song that we think would be a perfect fit for you. Are you interested? And he eagerly said, Yes, I am. In fact, they made arrangements that after that concert that night, John would drive over to their hotel suite and they would play it for them. The concert went very well. Unfortunately, on the way over to their hotel, John had a car accident. Not serious, not life-threatening, but serious enough to land him in the hospital. He had really damaged his thumb and needed emergency surgery. Bill and Taffy heard. They came to the hospital to be with him. By that time, the operation was over, and he was already in the bed. He was to stay overnight. They'd release him in the morning. John didn't want anything to do with that. He said, I'm fine. I got to get out of here. I want to hear that song. I'm going to check out. And they said, only on one condition, that you stay overnight at our suite. We have an extra bedroom, so he agreed. He checked out. Responsibility was not the hospital. He heard the song. He loved it. And he said, let's start working on it. Now, you got to figure out the hour. Concerts don't get out until what? 10:30-ish? They're late. Then he's driving, has the accident, goes to the hospital, has the operation, and go and come back. It had to at least be 2 or 2:30 in the morning. But they started working on it, and by 6 o'clock in the morning, they had finished. And he said, I'm going to play this tonight. Well, he couldn't play it. He already had emergency guitarist to do it because he couldn't strum the guitar. That night, he announced to his fans, he said, you are going to be the first ones to hear my song, written by Bill and Taffy. This is the first time I'm playing it. I hope you like it. They went wild, and it became a signature piece of John Denver. Obviously, titled Country Roads, officially called Take Me Home Country Roads because at the same time there was another song out there called Country Roads. So that was John Denver's song. Okay, this song was made famous in the 1950s, but it wasn't written in the 50s. It was written way back there in the 30s, I believe, by Rogers and Hart, and it is called Manhattan. Another gal that was starting out, we just heard about Joan Linda Ronstadt in the early 1970s. She heard a song that was created by a guy called Gary White, and she wanted that song and she got it, and it became one of her main pieces as well. It's a romantic song, but it's a sad one. It doesn't have a happy ending. It's about a romance breaking up. And the lyrics was, I don't think I'm going to get over this one. If I am, it's going to take me a long, long time. That's the title. A long, long time by Linda Ronstadt. It seems like I'm talking about the beginning of careers with John Denver and Linda Ronstadt. Well, Billy Joel also had this song that came out early in his career. Billy Joel, definitely New Yorker. I've seen him more than once on the streets of New York just walking. He started there, and he made a rookie mistake. Most artists, all artists, want to get that first song recorded and out there. And the problem is many times they accept the first offer from a recording studio. And that's what Billy Joel did. It was a small recording studio on Long Island. I think the name was Family, don't quote me, Family Records, something like that. It was a hit. And well, it should have been. Billy Joel had musical background. Juilliard School of Music, and he chose to not go in the line of classical music, but toward modern music, modern jazz, pop songs, that sort of thing. Had not read the contract. The contract said that every future song belonged to this recording studio. He would receive a percentage of it, but believe me, the company would have received something bigger. He knew he was going to make it. So he wisely consulted a lawyer. And the lawyer told him, sure, you can get out of that contract, but it's going to cost you big bucks. And it did. He thought it was well worth it. And he then paid it off in the next couple of years. And he did something that people haven't explained. He left New York. He went to live in California to do this. Stayed a couple years in California. And why he did it, I have ideas. Maybe he was embarrassed. He didn't use his name, Billy Joel. He used the name Bill Martin, which wasn't a lie because his middle name was Martin. But he played, in interviews later, he said that during the day he took any venue he could. And at night, he played at music bars, the lounges, the piano bars, in which people would come in and have a drink and listen to the song and maybe sing along. And he went through a lot of bars, and one in particular he stayed for a long time and got to know the habitual customers, the ones that came in every night. And he wrote this song about them. He used their real names in the song. So this song is from Billy Joel, with him getting to know the customers and them getting to know the piano man. number 9. And we know the story behind it. A poor guy can't fall in love. So he goes to a gypsy and she mixes up a concoction in the kitchen sink, I believe. And she calls it Love Potion number 9. And it makes him fall in love. Only it did too good a job because he starts falling in love with everything he sees. And when he kisses a policeman on the street corner, the policeman breaks his little bottle of Love Potion number 9. Star for the day, I don't think you would know the group. Anybody remember the group who did this? There were other people who taped it, who recorded it, but it was a group called the Clovers. What was interesting is they recorded this in what, 58, 59, I won't pay attention that much to exact years, but they re-recorded it in 1965. And the strange thing is, they recorded exactly like the first time. Same music arrangement, same rhythm, everything, except one little thing. At the very end, they add a very tiny little verse. And when the policeman destroys his little bottle of Love Potion number 9, they add, I had so much fun that I'm going back again. I wonder what'll happen with Love Potion number 10. Isn't that cute? It's really, really a cute story. Okay. A song written in the 30s by a guy called Vernon Duke, along with Ira Gershwin, who was the brother of George Gershwin, and he was a lyricist. And this is called I Can't Get Started With You. Songs from Broadway. This one, I don't think you're going to have any trouble figuring out the name of the play. It came out in 1964-65. Very popular. In fact, it was so popular, it immediately went into a movie. And I bet you, it's fair to say that if you didn't see this on the stage, chances are every one of us saw the movie. So you'll get that. I'm not too sure you'll get the title of the song, however, but I'll give you a hint. In the movie version, not on stage, but in the movie version, this song should conjure up visions of a puppet show with a very lovesick goat. in the movie, the play didn't do it this way, but in the movie, that was Julie Andrews with the children with a little puppet show for some guests who were coming to the mansion type of thing. And it was a story of this goofy little puppet that was a lovesick goat, but it had a happy ending. This little goat found a little goatess, and they lived happily ever after. The name of the song, anybody know it? Very few people know the name of this. You know the melody and everything. Anybody? It was called The Lonely Goatherd. I was going to say the lovesick, but it's the Lonely Goatherd from The Sound of Music. Great music from them. Okay, my last, we got a company here. This is nice. The last song I want to present to you is among my top 5 Broadway plays that I have ever seen. It came out in 1995, and many people consider this to be a play only for children. And I can see where they got that, because it first came out as an animated movie by Walt Disney. But like so many well-written plays, this one has a message, is definitely meant for adults as well as children. And the plot is simple. In the beginning acts of this play, you will see a young baby lion being lifted by his father, the Lion King, and he's showing it to all the animals in the animal kingdom. And as this little baby lion grows, he begins to learn that his father was teaching him and paving the way for him to learn responsibilities that he one day would have as an adult and Lion King himself. And the message is clear. Our parents and our grandparents are no longer with us, but they are in their spirit and what they worked for and what they taught us, that we have taught our children and are now teaching our grandchildren. And it's a very natural thing. It's simply the circle of life. The piano is probably not the best way to convey this song. You almost have to be in the theater. In the very last scene, this young lion, now an adult, is now himself the Lion King, holding up his baby son for the world to see. Throughout the play, the one instrument that is all the way through the songs is the African drum. The African drum can be heard, and I want you to listen for it because it's represented in this song. Here is the song from Lion King called The Circle of Life. By the way, the guy who wrote this song and all the music to Lion King, Elton John. movie.